Hey everyone, it's Terry here, Terry Till. In this video for LiveGood, I want to talk about, do you want to be successful with LiveGood? If so, get plugged in. Before I start, would love you to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you get notified of all the videos I upload, and if you like the content I put out, or you just want to support me, which I really appreciate, give me a thumbs up. So I really appreciate that. So yeah. So if you want to get successful in LiveGood, and I guess you could say this applies for any other business, but I focus 100% on LiveGood. So if you want to get successful in LiveGood, you need to be plugged in to all the Zoom calls and the training. I've just come off the Saturday, 13th of May 2023 training with Tim Miller, a guest speaker Courtney, I think the last name was Lupas. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but Courtney, lovely lady, tremendous story. All the co-hosts are all big leaders, and I'm not going to mention everyone in case I get the names wrong, but lots of leaders on there. And it was really, supposedly, I think, these Saturday calls are for beginners, but there's so much vital information on there. And for me, it just powers me up, ready to get back into, telling everybody about LiveGood. I've got lots of enthusiasm anyway, but it just peps me up. And today's call, Tim told his story, which he's never told before, pretty much about how he went from being successful to being broke, and in a government, in lodgings with a government phone, back to that position when LiveGood started, still being broke when he started in a government, I think it was an apartment then, or I'm not sure whether he'd actually got an apartment then, or whether he was still in these hostel type places where he had to clock in every day at 2 o'clock to try and get a bed. I think he was still in the hostels at the time when he first joined LiveGood, and because he was on social at that time, he got a government phone, so he'd been rich, up to 4 million in earnings, been a bit silly with his money, lost it all, had a tragic accident, which I won't go into, which caused him to basically be in a wheelchair, in lodgings where he had to get in by 2 o'clock every day to get a bed, had a government phone, and that's all he had, joined LiveGood when it was first launched, and then from the 13th of December when it was first launched, he's gone from that stage to where he's now earning 100,000, or about to earn $100,000 per month. Absolutely fascinating story. I haven't done it justice by that quick brief run through. It was just gripping on the call. Some people were in tears. I just thought how amazing the story it was. And then to follow that, he introduced a speaker, Courtney, who had very similar tragic type of story in lots of ways, that she was going through so many evictions of places where she lived with her children, and at a moment when she prayed to God, and I'm not getting religious. I am a religious sort of a person, but I don't get into religion with businesses. That's a separate issue for me. But anyway, she prayed to God, and from that moment on, to give her guidance, and to basically relieve her from all the pressures of what she was undergoing. And from that moment on, she was lucky to have met somebody who got her into MLM, and she was doing some posts on Facebook, I believe. And one post went viral, and she was in this business that was an MLM business. And again, pretty much from this viral post, went from nothing to where she was able to buy a house that she was being chucked out of because she couldn't afford the rent. And she then went on to rent that house out herself and bought her dream home. And I think she went on to make millions with that company. And she's just now come over to LiveGood. So that was the power of that Zoom call training meeting. And then there was some training about how LiveGood works as well. It was just so powerful a call. And this is why, if you want to be successful, you've got to get on these calls, because it absolutely inspires you. Lots of golden nuggets, reinforces why you've joined LiveGood and why you should be telling everybody else to get into LiveGood. And this is what you should, as a leader, be telling the people who join with you to get plugged in to these calls, the Zoom calls, the chats, Facebook groups, and to be involved. And if you want to be successful, you want your the people who join you to be successful, you've got to, get them all plugged in and listening to these powerful calls, be it on Zooms, in the chats, in the Facebook groups, wherever, and get them involved in the business. Tim Miller always says it's GPS, get in, plug in and stay in. And it's so powerful, really is. It just gets you up a level, up several levels of, I'm already 100% for LiveGood anyway, but it just gets you so much up there. And it's the difference between being successful and not. It's as easy as that. I can 100% say that, and I'm not selling any hype or anything there. So yeah, when you join, doesn't matter who you're with, you join with, get plugged into all these Zoom calls. I certainly know that the people, in my team, I tell them about all these calls and tell them they ought to be plugged in. And live calls are so much better than recordings, because people say, have you got the recording? Well, it's never the same. So yeah, sometimes it's impossible to attend the live calls, but if you can do, you've got to make the commitment, and it's making that commitment which really is part of how serious you are about being successful. So yeah, just want to say it is so important. If you want to be successful, you want to get to these Zoom calls, get in the Facebook groups, get on the chats, get all your team and the people you work with into these Zooms and chats and groups, and be totally committed. And if you do that, you've got every chance to be successful. You certainly have then if you don't, I can tell you now. So that's my message for this video. If you're not in LiveGood yet and you have heard about LiveGood, or you like the sounds of LiveGood, or you want to know more about LiveGood, below this video will be a link. Click on that link, it will take you to a page I've created, and what I'm doing on that page, I'm putting new people who join my team, I'm putting their country flag on there, I'm putting their link attached to their flag over to LiveGood. So their LiveGood to a link. So anybody who comes can click on, a flag of the country they're from, if they wish to. Other than that, on there is a look at it random member link. So click on that, it just pulls up, it randomizes through some members of mine and pulls one up and sends you to their LiveGood 2 website. Or alternatively, if you really want to join with myself, go to the bottom of the page and you'll see my link on there, and also my email address. So if you've got any questions, you can email me or come on over to Facebook and friend me and Facebook message me. But whether you join with one of my team members or you join with myself makes no difference, because I work with you just exactly the same. And you can get in touch with me. I work this every day, 24/7 pretty much every day, 365 days over the year as well. And because I love it, and it's not work to me, it's the pleasure, it's what I enjoy doing. And it's great to see other people being successful. So yeah, so click on the link, go to the page, click either on the flag, the Lucky Dip link, or on my link, whatever you feel inclined to do. Go on over, watch the 6-minute Ben Blinsky video, put your name, email address in, lock in your free spot, and then as soon as you can, pay your membership and be in before this Thursday, which is the cut-off date. And cut-off date for the matrix, putting you into the matrix, and you're in the business proper then. And I look forward to working with you, and let's all try and be as successful as possible. So thanks for watching the video, and see you real soon.